Okay, welcome back to Victor's Volkswagens. So, I just got back from a trip. Me and my wife went to New Orleans and we just got back, so we haven't done any videos. But we're back working on Keller's car today. So far we've got engine in, turbo in, part of the exhaust off of the turbo. We're working on charge pipe now. We're going to have to get some connectors for the charge pipes. But we've moved to engine management system. So what Keller's using here, and if you want to talk about it too, Keller, you can. So this is the Speeduino that Keller has put together. So this board comes with all these parts, but then you have to solder them together. Keller did, what kind of videos did you do? Did you show soldering stuff?
Yeah, like little snippets of me soldering stuff.
Okay, but it's pretty straightforward. They just go in specific order. It's like putting a puzzle together, and it tells you where all of them go. And then he soldered it together. And then what is this board here?
That's the Arduino.
That's the Arduino.
Yep.
Okay, so Speeduino board here, Arduino board here. And what do those do?
The Arduino powers this whole thing. This is called a shield. This whole board is called a shield. They have tons of different shields for Arduinos. Basically, it's just an expansion thing. They expand the capabilities of this Arduino. So this Arduino, it's just this. It just presses on. It's held on by little header pins. It's not soldered in. I can literally pull it out if I wanted to. But yeah, that basically is just a little bitty, tiny computer.
Okay, so this is the engine management computer, ECM. So that's got Keller's got that all together. Now today we went and got a Raspberry Pi, and if I understand this correctly, what this does is it communicates to the screen. Is that correct?
Yeah. It's just a bitty computer.
And then what kind of software are you running on this whole thing that works on the screen?
It's called PyDash.
PyDash. And then wasn't it Tuner Studio you were
Tuner
talking
Studio,
about
yeah.
too?
Yep.
So how do those work together?
PyDash is basically, it's a broken down, like bare bones Linux system that runs, it's called TS Dash. It's Tuner Studio dashboard. It's basically just a cut down Tuner Studio. I bought it was like $30, but basically what it does is this runs like a cut down Tuner Studio that runs only gauges. I mean, you can tune with it. It's got the Tuner Studio, but it's mainly just running for gauges. Then it has this little mini HDMI port that comes out, and it goes into this. I got this converter that converts mini HDMI to this touch screen that I didn't realize was touch screen until I picked it up. But yeah, we got all these parts, like the Raspberry Pi, all this stuff from URS Electronics. Huge shout out to them. They're a freaking cool store.
Yeah, in Portland, Oregon. They might be in other cities, we don't know, but they have everything you would need to putting this stuff together, like this kind of cable. So what was this adapter? This is HDMI to mini HDMI?
Yeah, I think mini, yeah.
So that it plugs into the Raspberry Pi.
Yep.
So yeah, so we're going to start getting this stuff together. So just describe the inputs and outputs from the engine that we're hooking up to the Speeduino.
Okay, so these are all the fuel injectors. I believe this is 1, that's 2, this is 3 and 4, but that's how it fires. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we would put number 1 on number 1, number 4 on number 2, number 3 on number 3, I believe, and number 4 on number 2 injector. For the holes.
Yeah, and so what we're going to use is for now, we're going to go with the old distributor. So this has a Hall sending unit, and that's what's going to send the signal to the computer, so when it knows when to exactly fire and in which firing order. Eventually, I think we're going to maybe go with what?
Coil on plug.
Coil on plug, but we're not quite there yet. We don't have all those parts, so we're going to use this just to get it running. Eventually, go coil on plug. And then what other inputs does this need from the engine?
Inputs needs the throttle position sensor, intake air temperature. Could use that. It's got a map sensor built in right here.
Which is a vacuum port.
Yeah, vacuum port.
Vacuum port right here goes to
vacuum
right
and
there.
Vacuum and boost. And then there's clutch pedal, fuel pump, and just a ton of inputs that I can't really list out, but it's on Speeduino's website.
Yeah. So when we get it running, We will go through each individual input, output that we're putting into this and what's outputting from the engine to make all this work. So you guys at home know what we did. And then we're going to wire everything up and we'll show all the wiring that we do to make this work. So I'm sure we're going to have a lot of trial and error. It's going to be a long process, but we're going to try to show as much as possible. And when we get these all wired up and we get it working, we will go through each individual wire and what we connected it to. So yeah, we're going to get started today and see if we can't get this thing running in the next couple days. And here we go. Okay, so we're at the point now where we're going to wire up the Speeduino to all of the inputs and outputs to the engine. So we've got crank sensor, we've got the distributor, we've got to wire up the do we have a mass airflow sensor on this?
It's a map sensor.
Map sensor. We've got the throttle body sensor that we need to wire up. What else?
Injectors.
Oxygen
sensor, what we can do that later.
Oxygen sensor.
The clutch pedal switch.
Which Keller made a switch here. So when this hits this, and that's for you to be able to do what?
No lift shift.
So we're going to get started doing that. And we've got the pin out. You can see here on the computer. So we've got the pin out that we need, and now we just need to get everything wired up. So we'll do that, and we'll show what it looks like, and we'll show each sensor that we got wired up and how we got to that point. So that's what we're working on next, and once we get done, we'll go through and do a review. Okay, so we are ready to wire in the Speeduino. So where we've decided to put it is it's basically, when all said and done, it's going to end up, we're going to get a case for this, so it's waterproof. But basically, what is it going to come
Other way.
out,
Flip it upside
like
down, yeah.
this.
And turn it like that.
Okay. So this is how it's going, like this?
Yeah, like that.
Okay. This is how we're going to mount this up in here underneath the dash. But we're going to do it with the dash out for now, so it gives us all kinds of access to do all the wires. So we're in the process now of extending all these wires into the engine compartment. Or do any of these wires go up to the dash?
Yep. No, none of those go to the dash.
These
Just only
all go to the engine compartment.
Yes, the USB cable goes to the dash.
Okay. So these will all be extended. So we're going to go ahead and solder these, shrink wrap them. And they're all going to be extended into the engine compartment. We'll label all these while we're doing them so we know which ones go where. Because we basically have colored wires here. We know where all these are supposed to go, but we're using solid black wire. But we have a label maker. And once we get a wire soldered onto here and shrunk wrapped, when we get to the other end of it, we're going to go ahead we might do masking tape for now until we know exactly the length that we need to get them to where they're going to be, all done up here in the engine. And then at the end, we'll probably label each wire so we know if we have to unplug stuff and then plug stuff back in later on. If we change injectors, we know 1, 2, 3. So like these white are all the injectors, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we need to know what sequence they're going to go into, so we're going to work on that. So yeah, so right now we're just going to go ahead and extend these wires and label them, and then we'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Okay, so last night we got the fuel injectors wired. So we're going inside the car. We have an access area behind here. It's kind of hard to see. Yes. And then we're going to cover all this with flexible conduit and some probably some kind of foil type material to keep the heat from the turbo downpipe getting these wires hot. But we're coming out of the Speeduino, running the wires through here now. We're going to put these into flexible conduit. But we got the fuel injectors all wired up. We're now working on the throttle position sensor. We finally found the plug, and we went to the wiring diagrams in the Bentley manual and figured out which wires. This one I don't think is the exact one for this, but this is the main signal wire, right?
Yep.
So we got what? Hot ground
and signal
wire. So that we're going to work on next. And then also down here is the crank position sensor, which you can't see underneath the oil filter housing. And that wire goes to here. So we've got this run all the way to the Speeduino. And have we connected this yet?
No.
Okay. So we're going to get this hooked up. We're going to get the crank position sensor hooked up. We have to get the wires to the distributor hooked up. We've got the wires that need to go to the coil. We've got wires that are going to need to go to this clutch position switch that Keller made. So we're going to run wires to that. What about speedometer?
Oh, that's reverse. That's the reverse lights.
Reverse.
Speedometer? Yep. Speedometer.
So we still got quite a few wires to run. So we're going to get started doing each of these. If we run into little snags or something we need to record, we'll go ahead and record it. I think it will just, pretty much show you the wiring when we get it all done and how we're going to get this all enclosed and kind of clean it up a little bit. So here we go. All right. So we got done most of the wiring. It's just set in here now temporarily. We'll clean it up as we go. But yeah, fuel injectors we've got wired up. Throttle position sensors wired up. Crankshaft position sensors wired up. Distributor, coil. Did I forget anything? Oh, and the vacuum hose for the map sensor is hooked up. So this is it. We haven't tried to start it. We thought we'd record it. We don't know if it's going to start. We did get spark. We do got fuel pumping to the injectors. So here we go. We're going to go for it.
Okay, hang on. I got to plug it in. I got to turn it on.
Okay. Let me know when you want me to put the fuel pump on.
Okay, yeah, it's on. Go ahead.
All right, let's let that fuel pump go for just a second.
It's at 60.
Okay, you ready?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, here we go.
Let's try some starting fluid. Oh, the fuel pump turned off.
Oh.
Here,
We need
let's try with starting fluid first. You got any?
I don't.
Do you think in the Ranger shed there's any?
No. That's okay. We'll get it going here. I think what happened, this wire for the fuel pump is a little bit short. Let me reroute it.
Okay.
Let's go.
It seemed like it wanted to go. Did you kind of hear it wanting to go?
What happened is this wire came off. Okay, now I got plenty.
Okay.
Let's strip this a little bit more.
Okay.
Grab the stripper. Strip it a little bit more on there. I think the vibration from the starter messed it up. Okay, here we go. All right, get the fuel. Let me see if I can make sure this thing is fueling in here good. Okay, ready?
Go ahead. Turn the fuel pump off.
Quite getting enough spark or something. All right, so that was test one. We'll see if we can figure it out, and we'll go back to test two.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so we just checked the spark. So we are getting spark. We weren't getting fuel. What did you do? Did anything different?
Nope.
Did you have to reboot it, maybe?
I can try.
You just want to try it anyway?
Let me double check stuff, but
Okay.
Here, try and run it. Let's see if we can get it to run.
Okay.
Put fuel oil to it and spark.
Ready?
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, we're not getting any fuel.
Okay, turn it off. Hang on. I see there's 2 lights blinking on the speed wheel thing. This is the injection side.
Okay.
No, that's not. That's the injection. That's the ignition side. That's the injector side. Maybe get a test light and see if it's
if they're going and all.
yeah. Not like like a 12-volt test light. Just put it to
ground or.
yeah. So you plug it to where put it to positive. Actually, we can test the fuel injectors by getting like a fuel injector connector, putting a ground to positive, and testing it by touching it with positive and seeing if you can hear it. But let's try this one first. We're just checking if it cranks. So it's this pin, this lower pin is the ground. Okay, I'm gonna fire it.
And I'm just turning it.
Yeah, just turn it over. And if it blinks, then it's. That's weird.
That's the ground side.
That's the ground side.
Okay.
Is that a 12-volt test light? Like.
Yeah. 12
Oh, okay.
volt. Yep.
Maybe try a continuity tester. Continuity tester goes. Try to figure out the difference. Oh.
I don't know if that's going to measure it right between each one.
Yeah, just between each one, and it'll tell you. It'll go beep 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 when it's firing. Here, I'll just turn it over.
All right, so we're going to keep digging. We're going to figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Okay, let's see.
Does there need to be any calibrations on the Speeduino as far as firing? So there's nothing on here that shows that they're firing or not firing on this screen.
It's showing me that the injectors aren't firing from what I'm seeing, but
Okay.
okay, let's see. So
And the ground is grounded for all these.
I'm checking.
Okay. You need a light. Here's a light.
Oh, I don't need a light. I'm going on the laptop.
Okay. All right, we're gonna pause this and we're gonna keep looking.
Okay. Go ahead.
Attempt number 4.
Oh.
Oh.
Settings change need to have a power cycle.
Okay. Keller might have figured it out.
Okay, power cycle. Hang on.
Okay.
Okay, now try it.
Are they?
Okay, just cut it off. Cut the fuel off.
The battery might be getting low.
Yeah. Oh my god. It's firing. I see the injectors firing on the LEDs.
Huh.
Why is it not starting?
Let me try one more time.
Let's try it.
I think we're losing the pump though.
Let's try and run it without the pump. Let's do map gas.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It'll run on it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's on. Just crank it. Let's just charge the battery and come back to it.
Sure. We'll come back. All right, so pause the video. We're gonna call it a night, and then we're gonna get back on it in the morning. All right, so we had a few hiccups trying to get things to work. So we got to a point where we needed to get. What did we need to get this morning?
An Arduino? Oh,
This morning, the first trip we made to the electronics store. We got the ribbon cable, right?
cable and something else.
Yeah, so we got ribbon cable and something else, and then we got everything hooked up, and our Arduino. So let me, if Keller, if I have this right, there's the Speeduino.
Yeah, it's a shield.
So that's its own board. There's the Arduino, which is another board that talks to the computer, right?
It talks to our Speeduino.
Okay. So those are two separate boards, and then there's the Raspberry Pi that makes the screen work.
That's just for the dash.
So 3 boards. So the Arduino, it went belly up. It just stopped working. We tried to reboot it, and it just would not work. So somehow it got fried. So we had to go all the way back to Portland and get an Arduino. We got a little bit better quality one from the manufacturer, Arduino. Arduino. Sorry, I can't pronounce these words. So now we've got everything hooked up. I think we have power to the fuel injectors, everything. So we're going to give it another shot. This, I believe, is our 5th attempt. So we have enough gas, right, Keller?
Yeah, we should.
Okay. So you're ready for me to turn the fuel on?
Yep.
Okay. So let's get the. Oops. Hold on here. This nut is on here. Let me take this nut off real quick here.
Oh, careful. You don't want it to ground out on that body.
Yeah. Okay.
Fuel pump's been having issues. Maybe we need a body ground.
Okay.
Let's add a body ground. You're just holding it up today.
Well, there's this one right here.
That's not a body ground. That's an engine ground.
Well, sure. That's weird. It was working yesterday.
Yeah, because we had a body ground. There, that should work. Okay, should be better.
No. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we have a good enough ground on that.
Guess we'll strip back some more and we'll put it on a better body ground.
Alright, so we're trying to get it a good ground. It's really hot today. It's 100 degrees today. It's really hot in the garage.
Actually, feed me that wire back.
Okay. Maybe this engine ground has gotten loose too.
No, I'm talking about there's no body ground at all. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't think this engine ground is very tight either.
Okay, now try it.
I think that might work. Okay. No.
Maybe it's that fuel pump acting up again.
Okay.
Let me tap on it. Okay, now try it.
I'm wondering if this battery pack is losing a little bit.
Check it.
No, it says it's still in the green.
Try just try connecting that directly to the fuel pump.
Is that wire not going to be heavy enough?
Let's try something.
Okay, we're going to pause this just for a second while we figure out our fuel pump issue. You want to check timing?
Yeah, probably. Turn it this way. Other way. Actually, yeah. You have to go that way. Yeah.
Let's check timing. We're gonna lose the battery.
Yep.
Alright, so we're close. Getting closer. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Ready?
Yep. Take the throttle.
Very flooded.
Try that. Oh! Give it some more timing. Here, spin that. Spin the distributor. Try that. I think it's too much timing.
We're losing our battery.
No, it's just because it's too advanced.
Okay. Well, we're losing our battery too a little bit. It's in the yellow.
Uh-oh. Well, we got another jump pack.
Okay. So you don't need this jump pack or anything right now?
Nope.
Well, it's holding the body ground on.
Oh, okay. Well, here, I'll try and fire it.
Okay.
I'll turn the fuel on.
Maybe we should switch these jump packs.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'm trying to get it loose enough that I can just manually turn it. Okay, now turn the fuel on.
Okay.
Oh, the tried.
It tried there. This level. Yeah, I think we gotta switch it up now.
Okay. Turn the fuel off. It's trying. It's really trying. Well, we need one for the Speedlino.
Well, you can use this one,
Oh, okay.
because it'll have enough juice to run that thing.
Here you go. Okay, hang on, let me check some stuff. Okay. Okay, maybe we should check timing, because it sounds like timing's off.
Let me get my light.
Oh, wait, I know what it is. I forgot. I have the crank angle of the sensor. It's like 288 degrees or something like that. Let me double check that.
Okay.
That should make it fire. Because it sounds like it's 180 out.
Wondering if we should maybe try to get some better grounds too.
It's not the grounds.
Here, I'll just move over here so you can see. We got our little makeshift setup here. So there's the computer. So that's the openware software that Keller's got. What's the software called?
Tuner Studio.
Tuner Studio. So that's basically what his dash is going to look like. Once we get this all going, he's got a little display. I think we might have showed the display earlier in the video. And then that's going to replace the cluster. So it'll basically look just like that. So he's still tweaking it. But we're close. We've got spark and we've got fuel.
Trigger angle is 60 degrees, so it might be off. Aha, there we go.
Okay, Keller's making an adjustment on the crank's position,
Trigger angle.
trigger angle.
Yep. Okay. It's burned in, so.
Okay.
Alright, here we go.
Ready?
Go ahead. Might need to give it some timing. Oh,
stop this thing. Have we flooded it?
No, we were in blood clear, I think. There, now try that.
Yeah, it's gonna chill down. No, it's
Here,
hard.
hold it wide open.
Okay. I think you moved it too much. Keep moving it while I
Let go of the throttle. We did it. We're doing it.
It's close.
We got it to run. Holy crap. PSI. Oil pressure. Yes. Yeah.
It's a little rich.
Hello.
It won't idle, but it runs.
Yes.
Man, it's rich.
I told you it was oily.
Okay, so what can we do? Maybe no oxygen sensor and is messing everything up?
I don't know.
We aren't running an oxygen sensor, so it should be here a couple days. That could be really messing up.
I think we need to check timing. It sounded like it was stupidly rich and
Okay.
stupidly
Let
retarded.
me get my timing light. Okay, we're gonna pause this for a second while we check the timing and.
Okay, hold on. Okay,
All right.
here we go. Maybe we can get some gas. Running better. A lot better. That was rev limiter.
Okay.
Yes, that runs a lot better.
Oh my god. It's a smoke fest in here.
Well, that's the end of part 8.
Yeah. Great.
Stand
All
over
right,
here.
so we got it running.
Pretty good.
It's not idling yet, but we're on the right track. And yeah, I think we'll have this thing idling here in just no time. And
Man, that heats up quick. It's already
Yeah.
boiling.
yeah, it is heating up real quick. So yeah, we can't run this too hot. Obviously, we got no coolant going into it, so we're gonna have to let it cool down and then start it up here in a little bit and see if we can't get an idle or something. But yeah, we're close. But the timing seems way off.
No, that's about right. It's just it needs to be at 0 it needs to fire at 0 and then it advances the timing electronically.
Just to tighten it down right there.
Yeah, that's about as good as it was running. It was running stupidly rich, so it's probably because yeah. Maybe here, start it up. I'm gonna watch the map sensor. You can only run it for a few seconds.
Okay.
But we got it running, so that is good. So we're gonna run it. I'm gonna just check with the map sensor. Put a GM 3-bar map sensor in it. So
Okay, you just want me to get it idling?
yeah, just get it. Try and get it. Oh, fuel pump's
Fuel
off.
pump's off.
It's working.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we need to get some better fuel too. That's old fuel.
Yeah.
I think we should get 5 gallons of premium.
Yeah. Did you hear it knocking? Spark knock?
I did not.
You didn't hear that? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do the outro now.
Okay. I just kept it going.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, so we got it running. It's not running perfect, but we're really, really close. Almost had it down to idle. Fuel injectors are old, out of a 1.8T. We don't know how clogged they are. Gas is old, regular gas that was from the generator, so we're gonna get some premium gas. I think if we're really gonna have to try to get this radiator thing hooked up. We got to get a radiator so we can really get this. But I think the fuel injectors just need to be blown out. So we'll let it cool down. We're gonna keep running it. We'll get some better gas. I think we'll have it idling by tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Nice.
Hey, you forgot to say
Oh.
3 words.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
folks.
I cannot.